Yeah. Welcome to your Pisces season reading. These are nice for the light because it is dark out and it is glaring. I'm sorry that it makes this glare in my eyes, but we're just gonna roll with it for now, see what happens. All information to work with me one-on-one is below. This is your Pisces season reading. All information for the extended reading, which will be out after this initial reading is out. Give it about 24 to 48 hours before the extended version comes out. I do believe there is a sacred energy space that is held within those readings, so I definitely recommend checking them out, especially if you need a little bit of a taste before checking out the personal one-on-one readings. I'm also a life coach and utilize astrology and tarot if you would like. And that is another offering. You can also check out my contact information is below and everything you might need. I will be drinking a non-alcoholic beverage throughout this video, and the cards fell out, so let's get started. Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Wherever money's been slow, wherever you have been doing maybe some self-worth work and you feel maybe stuck in terms of the money flow and maybe even yourself, especially if you work for yourself or you have a side gig or a creative hustle or creative projects or creative space. Eight of Cups in reverse. It looks like this feelings of stuck, they may come from a self-saboteur cycle. They may come from any place that you may be overly independent. You may need to ask for help in this way. Could be the divine helping you with this sword and clearing up space where it's like everything, it's already happened. Like it's almost like you've just left, for lack of a better term, the carcass outside. You haven't done the ceremonial moment. And you're like, well, what if I don't, like, what do you mean ceremonial? It could be just a ritual. It looks like you do need to do a ritual around something in order to really move into this next phase, and what's in between you and this stuck, maybe in a rut feeling, is whatever resistance you're meeting, whatever fear's coming up about letting go. Like something you can ask yourself, right? What would your life look like if this wasn't an issue, if this wasn't a problem? At first, of course, that can provoke or cause a reaction in many different emotions, right? But what I want you to think about, or continuously maybe begin to think about, is that question and where you stop yourself, right? Where is it that you may need to get on board with what could be on the other side? I know this looks ridiculous, right? And the Ace of Swords is like, we're gonna just clear it up and see what happens, right? Like this is how things are going, and you're just like, wait, we don't have a plan, like we're not planning, and all this Pisces energy is like, no, not too much, but we're gonna have some guidelines, right? This is about the space that you need to explore, the vulnerability that you're willing to extend. You're not someone who's shy from that. It's just that it could be that some of the stuff that you are giving out or extending or offering is stuff that may need to stay close to home, and it's the other things that you didn't think about, right? The other things that you could be so helpful with. It first has to do with how you view your world, how you enter the voyage, what you need to take with you mentally, what do you need to remember when you realize you're out here in the world alone, right? I don't mean to be so somber or even melancholy, but this is the season where things can actually change or heal a little bit more. You know, in the salt water is where physical wounds can heal, right? It's where even it feels like you get a cleanse, right? There's a renewal to, and even exfoliation that can happen. And so this may be literally an exfoliation for you, where you're peeling back layers that expose to yourself where you've been demanding or even enforcing your worth at this time. You have it looks like someone of great power also has your back. And if this is just the balancing of your masculine and feminine identities, the masculine in you is now strong enough to hold what it is that you're capable of. The view when you think of your most worthy life, what that looks like. We have a Six of Swords out, and then there's a Six of Pentacles. Five of Wands. You may be noticing that this all comes back to where you may be overgiving of your energy at this time. How funny. This has not happened in like a month. Where you may be overextending your energy at this time. Where you notice that gets you maybe frustrated, agitated, or adds to your plate, which doesn't help with the clarity or the focus. Not so much the clarity, let's take that back, the focus. But now that you know and you're getting to it this month, it's like once things change, turn to Pisces, it's like after that rounding, after the Pisces new moon, you start to examine how others have viewed you and deemed you worthy and validated you. And yet, what are the things that how you validate yourself? And how that has to do with maybe a deep-rooted healing, some ancestral healing that's happening with, you know, what your most worthy life would look like. And if you can't get there, what would it be to have more of an ideal life, like one step at a time? Like, what's the next step towards this life, which is very Virgo. Pisces is like, we'll get there. Don't worry. Virgo's like, I have a whole plan, but they're not all like that, right? You're creating this safe space for the part of you that needs the yang, that needs to create, that needs to put yourself out there, is getting space for being able to receive. This is where maybe I give too much. This is like the story that's telling. Like that reverse Nine of Pentacles, and that's the Six of Pentacles is, you know, it's like eventually, like if you're always offering advice to people, whether they take it or not, or you're offering, you know, that extra energy, you're thinking about the good deed. If it's not going to help your income at this time, I hate to be so very blunt, it's very important to conserve your energy. Why is this so important? Eclipse season is coming. A fire sign season is coming. For some reason, every water sign season, right? You can think about it. We could do a lot. we could go out, we cannot. It depends on the vibe of the month. This is a month where you have all of this energy which you can become distracted with, or you can just see what comes up and then take action upon what comes up, and then maybe you even have those beautiful moments, those synchronistic moments where you bring it together, where they come together to form an understanding of, oh, that's where that comes from. This is why I may need to look at that. Okay, now I've created a safe space and understanding for whatever's next to come, but that also brings insight about where it is that I need to create more boundaries with myself. And if there's someone who thinks they're doing you a favor, but it's really just adding more stress to your life, it's okay. Like, you know this already, but this is just like, just move on. Like, or if you're almost done with something, like, let it fizzle out, but just, it's time. Either way, by the 25th, around the 25th. Why does this keep happening? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I don't want to redo this because I think this is coming out so beautifully for you. Let's keep it going and I'll fix that. Like I've been telling everyone, like I like to remind everyone, because I've learned this, and it's also very obvious. Whatever's not meant to stay is the eclipse will bring that up. You may even feel like by that time, up and around the 25th, you start to neutralize all these placements in Aquarius, and then we're moving into Pisces, but the Aquarius brings this, if you harness this energy, it brings this disassociation where Pisces can come in and allow you to feel, you know, if it only could be so perfect. I'm so sorry. And in this way, it might be what looks like is going to happen is that it's going to be easier than you had imagined, right? Everything could feel hard in the beginning, but it's because whatever it is that has meant is changing has been meaning to change, and there's been a lot of blockage, and all of a sudden there's an opening. You know, the dam, right? We're just gonna do this because it just keeps shutting on and off. And then this opening, right? And now there's courage, and there's a vulnerability that draws you towards this next version of yourself, that draws you towards something that is so meaningful to you. Oh my gosh, so crazy. Hold on one second, we're gonna try to fix this. Hold on for me, please. I think I figured out the source of the problem. Nice. I just think it's so beautiful. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, just have patience also with this process with yourself. You know, this may not feel like a whole lot, but it will. Everything that comes up will feel and be heightened. Of course, you can get to that point where you can disassociate enough to become unattached to a certain extent, but it doesn't mean that the vastness of the healing isn't exhausting. There doesn't look like there's burnout here, but I would just pay attention and proceed with caution entering Aries season during the eclipse season. We'll get right into the next part, more about the money and how that's going to shape out, what this Justice card is, because if it is you dealing with like legal things, what I want to gather if it's worth the fight. Right now, it's very clear that around the 25th is when you'll get clear about if it is or not. Right? There could just be a heightened version of emotions because it's adjacent, whatever you're going through is adjacent to this legal situation. And if it's you being or given mercy to an extent, geez, I really don't know what's going on. Let's check that out. And we shall see. We'll get right into the next part, Leo. All information is below. See you next month. What's going on? How's the gym?
Good.
Can you shower yet?
No.
What are you doing in there? You
Just-
put the water on for feet?
I was in the bedroom.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Why did I hear something? Hi, babe.
So funny.
I'm good.
Huh?
How are you doing?
Good. At least good.
I'm gonna need some of them though. Most of them.
You're gonna eat the whole thing?
I'm gonna make pesto out of them.
Are you? Is that how you make pesto?
I wish I have a recipe with those. Hey, sweet baby. There's croutons.
I'll try one more.
Oh, Betty, like them? Are you hungry?
I am.
My light thing was going out on me again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did better today than the Stairmaster.
What does better mean?